Hi everyone, my name is Scott Fischer and I live in Juneau, Alaska. I'm a 5th year guide for Ski for Light, and this would be my 3rd year as a guide trainer. As a guide, I've worked both with visually impaired and mobility impaired sit skiers. I live in a pretty wet climate. It's wet and rainy today, and that is why I've discovered the use of a SportCord for a quick indoor workout is great when I can't get outdoors to do the usual type of exercise I enjoy, like skiing in winter, biking and hiking in summer. Oh, I've got to take a break from that computer. And look, there's my SportCord right there sitting in the corner waiting for me. So I'm going to do a little bit of stretching. I'm going to let Nino and Doug give you some stretching advice in their presentations. And I'm ready to set up my SportCord. First of all, this is the anchor. And the anchor goes into a door jamb. I put it in the above the upper hinge in the door jamb, and I make sure that the door is closed tightly. Also, I want to warn everybody in the house, that's usually only my wife Betsy, not to open that door, because once I've started using this, it can be very dangerous if the door opens. It comes back at you. So now I stretch out my SportCord until it's taut, and I use bungee cord material that's a little longer than the cords, the tubing that comes with a SportCord from Better Fitness, but it doesn't make any difference, I don't think. And once the cord is stretched out, I like to position the handles in my hand at about shoulder height and about shoulder width apart, with my elbows slightly bent, and I bring my elbows out a little bit away from my body. That kind of gives me the opportunity to engage my core muscles, my lats along the side, and then my back muscles can open up. And I'm going to work on engaging those muscles as I do this exercise, as well as, of course, using my arms. So when I start using the SportCord in the double polling technique, I am holding the cord out at shoulder height, like I said, and I'm going to sweep my hands down past my hips in a swinging arc and back again. And as I swing my hands past my hips, I'm stretching the cord, and it's providing resistance and giving me a strength workout. So this is what it looks like. I usually start very slow and with very few reps, maybe 10 to begin with. It just depends on how used you are to doing this exercise. But 10 reps would look like this. I'm coming down, I'm engaging my core and bringing my hands back up. Down past my hips, doing a little crunch with my stomach muscles, getting my elbows out a little bit away from my body so that the muscles of my sides, my lats, and my lower back are engaged. And I'm looking ahead and getting a good strength exercise with very little effort inside my home. There we go. After I've done a rep using the SportCord, sometimes I will do a few leg strengthening, lower body exercises just to fill in the space between SportCord reps. One thing I'll do is just a set of squats, maybe 10 or 15 squats. And to do a squat, I'm standing with my feet about shoulder width apart. I bring my hands out in front of me at about shoulder height, and I just squat down until my thighs are parallel with the ground or the floor, and then I come back up. That's 1, 2, 3. I'm looking ahead. 4, 5. Doing it slowly. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Take a few breather breaths and maybe get ready to do another SportCord set of reps. If I want a little more resistance, making the swinging of my arms a little harder to do, I just step back 3 or 4 inches, and that takes some of the stretch out of the SportCord, giving it more resistance as I sweep down past my hips and back. So you get increased resistance and a little more added effort as a result. Each time I sweep my arms past my hips, I take a split second to engage my core muscles, engage my stomach muscles, engage and pull down and back up. Engage my stomach muscles, pull down and back up. Engage, pull down. Keeping my head up. Trying not to bend too much at the waist. I may have been bending at the waist just a little bit too much. I'm going to try to engage my core as much as possible and not hinge at the waist too much. So I do my 10 reps. As I progress, I may add on a few more reps, depending on how I feel. Then I'm going to maybe go to another lower body strength move, and this time I'm going to do a leg strengthening exercise I call a lunge, and it involves, again, standing with my feet about shoulder width apart to begin with, and then I'm going to step forward about 2 feet and I'm going to kneel on the floor. So I'm going to step forward with my left foot and kneel down until my right knee touches the floor, then back up to my standing start position. That's the left foot forward. Now I'm going to do the right foot forward. Left knee touching the floor and back. Left leg forward and back. Right leg and back. Left leg and back. Keeping my upper body upright but relaxed. I'm looking ahead and back. Kneel and back. Kneel and back. Kneel and back. Kneel and back. Try to get a rhythm to my breathing. and so on. Back to my SportCord. So far, I've been doing a double pulling technique. You can also do classic pulling technique, which is probably using the same muscle groups, but just pulling back one hand at a time as if you would be classic skiing. So I'm going to just sweep my left hand. First of all, my hands are shoulder width apart again, and about shoulder height, with my elbows slightly bent and out. Then I'm going to use I'm going to sweep my left arm down past my hip and back. I'm engaging my core again at each movement. Left and right. Left and right. Left and right. Left and right. About 10 times each side and right. Left and right. Left and right. And both. And both. And both. All this time I'm picturing myself with ski poles in my hand, and I'm double poling or I'm classic poling down a cross-country ski track at Snow Mountain Ranch. And I'm gliding along. If I get to a little downhill, small downhill, or flats, I'll start double poling. Across the flats, a little change in terrain. I'm gonna classic ski up the hill, so I'll be using classic poling technique. And then over the top and down the other side. There we go. Now I'm gonna bring in a chair or another leg strengthening exercise. This time I'm gonna put my right hand on the back of the chair as a resting place for my hand for balance. I'm going to lift my left heel up to my butt and hold on to it with my left hand so that it's back behind me, right with my knee bent. Then I'm going to bend at the knee about, I'm just going to lower about 4 or 5 inches, whatever feels comfortable. I have well-used knees, so I don't want to over bend my knee. Just something to engage my quadriceps, get used to that flexing movement. This is flexing, this is extending, flexing, extending. We talk a lot about flexing and extending when we start demonstrating cross-country ski technique. And to have a conditioned quadricep muscle is a real advantage. At some point I may let go of the back of the chair, keep my hand close in case I need to grab it for balance, but try to balance on that one leg. Do about 15 or 20 of those, then turn the other direction, put my left hand on the chair, lift my right leg up to my buttocks and back so that my knee is really bent, and do the same flexion and extension, standing and balancing on my left leg. I let go of the chair if I can, find my balance right over the middle of my foot, keeping my upper body upright but relaxed. And we're done with that. I'll go back to the SportCord. Maybe step back 2 or 3 inches and do another set, whatever feels good. I want to probably keep a nice tempo until I'm, getting my heart rate up and feel myself starting to breathe harder. Start with my elbows bent, hands about shoulder width high. I look ahead, have a little bit of a curve, a crunch in my torso, and I engage my core. Sweeping my hands down past my hips. This time I step back and I have a little more resistance. And I'm double poling again. Imagining that I'm double poling on a beautiful groomed trail. And the sun is shining. And that's usually about all the exercise I'll do. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you further on in this during this Ski for Light event on Zoom, and then really I hope to see you on snow at Snow Mountain Ranch in Colorado next winter. Take care.